I think it's a bit of a misperception that people may imagine that Best Village is only about performing arts.
Every time we speak about culture, we refer to the performing arts. Within culture, you have dimensions: science, technology, amelioration, religion, education, family.
March Past, hey, that was the thing, you know. March Past was the thing. It used to bring the families together.
A family dispute was never a reason for you not to come home. So despite disputes and dislikes, it was always a place you would want to go.
From its inception, the Prime Minister's Best Village Trophy competition evolved into an annual competitive program for folk expressions, but there were other disciplines as well: sport, environmental, sanitation, Queen competition, and Junior Best Village, which was the only non-competitive element of the competition.
69 will be in the Village Olympics here, and it's critical to understand the Village Olympics.
Well, the Village Olympics, right? That is the sporting aspects of Best Village. That is where they inculcate track and field aspect, football, cricket, netball, basketball, and what we call the folk games.
This is folk games, not normal run and go, it's folk games.
Which we call the novelty events. So we'll have things like egg and spoon race, we'll have things like Scotchman strut relay, we'll have things like the sack race.
You had the belly race, you had to run and put on a belly outfit. The critical thing in those days was march past. We changed march past from the just military thing to display. So you would march to a point and then you would have to do a cultural display.
In some cases it turned out to an all-out performance. Dancing mostly, but performance-wise where people will be flipping, people will be spinning and twirling and So that is our grand affair.
At the community level, an avidly contested activity in Village Olympics has always been in the March Past.
March Past, hey, that was the thing, March Past was the thing. First year we won, Corinne Ashe, Calypsonian, and she was our queen for the March Past queen. After that, Michelle Pilgrim, this one of our dancers who lives south, she was our queen for like 3-4 years. We won 4 years on a straight. That was one of our strong points, Northwest strong points. March Past. Plenty of people used to come out for the Best Village Olympics. Families and things. It used to bring the families together.
As every other aspect of the Best Village competition, sport was a tool to build communities, and for some, Village Olympics became a pipeline to a national sporting recognition.
Village Olympics would have brought out people who did not have the opportunity. Some people didn't even have a basketball court or a netball court. The Superior Sports Association was a culmination of groups in Superior. You had the people like the Marcia Dimsois, the Ian Morris, all of them. They came out of Village Olympics. Best Village is a stepping stone. That is the purpose for Earth and Talent, where those persons would not have had the opportunity otherwise, whether it be in craft, in Village Olympics, in the folk arts, in anything, anything. Look, the Drag Brothers came out of Best Village.
From the Village Olympics, environmental sanitation.
This category was introduced in the early 70s as a way to encourage communities to take pride in the physical appearance of their surroundings.
There were 8 components, and they included Best Flower Garden, Best Kitchen Garden, Best Kept Block, Best Kept Community Center or Meeting Center, Heritage, Location or Structure. There was also an environmental project.
And I think this is where the Ministry of Community Development comes in. The ministry assists people who come to them in terms of funding to really elevate that community. Look at Lupino. It had the heritage side, it had the green space, it had the community center. Lupino, apart from the parang and so forth, Lupino attracts tourists.
It was quite interesting and rewarding to go out with the judging teams. Many of the groups really try to keep within the rubrics of the competition. Criteria for judging would include obviously the participation and involvement of the persons from the village group, also the sustainability of the project itself. And many of them were very creative.
There was a flower garden at the back of this person's premises. Beautiful flowers, all different kinds of flowers, all different colors. But what struck me was the container of one of the flower pots. I have never seen a used toilet bowl. It just shows creativity.
More than just flower gardens, the environmental sanitation category also focused on eradicating spaces that served as breeding grounds for mosquitoes and other disease-carrying pests.
Sanitation with respect to the cleanliness, any nuisances, any breaches of any public health laws, and so forth. So this is where I came in to lend my expertise.
In 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, environmental sanitation emerged as the Grow It Yourself challenge, encouraging citizens to take a personal interest in gardening.
This is going to be our third year in the Grow It Yourself competition, but we had to take responsibility for how we nourish our bodies, how we build our immune system, how we stand up to COVID-19 and anything else to come, how we manage our money, spending less money in the supermarket on processed foods.
It encourages people to grow food, to grow cash crops, as well as beautiful things. And they actually have an aquaponics and hydroponics special category. So I feel that the Grow It Yourself garden competition is a real return to that ethos of keeping your area clean. And with the pandemic, I think me and most of the people I know, have taken another look at our home spaces and our yards, because suddenly you're home.
If the competition, that aspect of the competition is working fully successfully, then the entire Republic of Trinidad and Tobago won't have any litter along the road. But I think it has to do with people having pride in where they live. And this is what the Prime Minister's Best Village competition is about. And you certainly want to get back to that place where the village is the important entity and people who live in that village.
In 2021 and 2022, a drive-through award ceremony was held for winners in the Grow It Yourself category. The Prime Minister's Best Village Final Award ceremony takes place annually in August on a night known to all as Le Grasse Affaire. The highlight is the Queen competition, Miss La Reine Rêvée.
I'm fortunate to have won a Miss La Reine Rêvée in 2017. I was in my first year of my degree. I was in the folk theatre production that was directed by Davlin Thomas. I had a La Reine Rêvée talent and self-expression judging the night after, and I had to sing the play at the top of my voice, and the members of the group were so vexed because La Reine Rêvée is a big thing, They were saying, no, she had to preserve her voice, and she preserved her voice, so it really was a kind of community coming together.
Women from communities across Trinidad and Tobago vie for the title of Miss La Reine Rêvée.
When it comes to competing, when it comes to clashing head to head, you get that sense of we'll pull away for now, because we want to mind the business and make sure that when we come out, somebody coming out on top, and it's not you. But there is also that sense of is a hug up. David Rhoda say how we vote is not how we party, how we compete in In Best Village is not how we party.
The aspirants are expected to speak on the achievements of their community, present a talent, and parade an evening gown, incorporating materials from the environment.
Congratulations, Angeli! Lauren Rivet was over 2 weekends, so we had like the talent one weekend and then we had the gown and intelligence another weekend.
Lauren Rivet, gongs has to be made, well, traditionally from someone from the village, but that has changed because of the competition. Yeah, people would go to big designers here and there to do a gown.
My gown, Miss Devines would have created that. It was based on, she used the concept coming out of Egypt, and it was decorated with natural products, natural items that you can find around the island, coconut shells, things that you pick up from the sea. She would have even explored with rice. That would have been 1996. So I would have entered Miss Lauren Rivet in 1996.
Remember, Best Village is a creative thing. You know, its focus is on the folk culture. So you can't go like in Lauren Rivet. You can't go and buy a dress. You have to create it and show your skills. And I always say Lauren Rivet, to me, is one of the most expensive queen shows. There was carnival costume, evening gown, talent, and self-expression. Those are 4 categories you have to be good at or win to win the show. It's amazing. So while it might go unnoticed, or or a Lauren Rivet or Best Village Queen or whatever, it's the most difficult queen competition to win.
Each year, the young ladies are exposed to training in areas of beauty care, deportment, and self-confidence, traits often required on stage more than off stage.
Friendship backstage or even wherever you are in the Best Village competition, that camaraderie there, it's indescribable. Sometimes, look at that group and you would show your girls or your group, look at this group, admire them, look at how they walk, look how they talk, look how they carry about themselves, they express themselves, and then you see a next set of like, what is that?
Best Village is not for thin skin, Best Village is not for thin skin, and especially when you have, let me tell you, you hear it most in a Lauren Rivet audience. What is that? What you doing? That is the kind of thing you hear in a Lauren Rivet audience. Oh God, girl, that looking like a potato sack. You would hear these types of things.
was really something. It was not unusual for people to be booed. It was not unusual for noise to stop the production. Noise. The audience would just, and there were some rabble-rousers from East River, they would come, they never missed a show.
The crowd of 1970-90, the crowd today is the same thing, it's just different generation. It's the judges, the 6 or 7 judges put to judge the production of Queen, whatever. If they see you as the winner of Lauren Rivet and 99 persons sitting in the audience seeing completely different, they would boo. And I could remember I was I think it was in the Queen's Park Savannah, where they crowned a girl, and they won the crown. Her gown was entitled, Here I Come. It was nice. It was nice.
With that pink gown called Here I Am, we won every single award. And you know what for me was amazing? Now, as I said, Best Village is a family and is a village. When they started to call the results, best hair, whoever, my name, best makeup, my name, man, lots of applause. But after the results started coming, best so much things, they started to boo, meaning so much things that one girl would win.
Minister was there, the Prime Minister was there, and he was saying, boo, thief, boo. But I could have understood exactly why that happened. The audience, and I too felt should have won, was Miss Northwest Laventille. Yeah, where her gown was out of this world. This gang I'm talking about had everything local in it. Every from goat horns, and it from goat horn to goat skin. And the beauty about it is that it related. The story was told.
Despite some over-enthusiastic fans and backstage jitters, at curtain call, only one young lady would triumph at La Grasse Affair and be crowned Miss Lorraine Rivet.
Oh, Lorraine Rivet 2018.
What Lorraine Rivet should be is a scholarship program. What Lorraine Rivet should be is a community development instrument where the reigning queen can move around spaces in her own community, in other community, promoting the Best Village program, promoting creative and cultural preparation and what it takes to be on that side of the fence. What Lorraine Rivet should be is that it should be used as a tool with which to inspire other young women to aspire to something of that prestige. Listen, this space is blessed with so many forward-thinking, intelligent young women. What do they need a space?
2002, Junior Williams wanted to do Junior Best Village.
Because it was critical that we had a reservoir inside of there to train the young ones.
Under the direction of the then Minister of Community Development, Culture and Gender Affairs, Junior Williams, a committee was brought together to introduce Junior Best Village.
She called me in, and of course I was totally excited by it. The first one of the really big meetings was on the 21st of May 2003, the same day my mother died. I left the hospital to go to a Junior Best Village meeting.
I was part of that planning committee at that time with Norman Fullerton. And I should mention that we worked with Malik, Lekotwan Malik worked to do different programs at one time. And then I became almost solely responsible for putting together the Junior Best Village, coming about a proposal for Junior Best Village in Trinidad and Tobago.
And Junior Best Village is a number of camps, and in these camps they would taught the heritage of Trinidad and Tobago and the peoples. And every year you would change the different, so if one year you did British, following year you do Amerindians, you do the French, then you do. So over a period of about 8 years, you're supposed to have a pretty good idea of all the peoples who have peopled Trinidad and Tobago.
After my return from Canada and coming to Tobago, I was involved in Junior Best Village. Me and my darling wife wrote a script for the Amerindian section. They had the Junior Best Village perform at the Queen's Park Savannah, and we were responsible for scripting and training the children of Charlottesville to Plymouth.
It was the only non-competitive element of the Prime Minister's Best Village Trophy competition.
The goal was to develop harmony among our youth and to engender, through arts and culture, a deeper appreciation and knowledge of the diverse peoples of Trinidad and Tobago. Our objectives were to encourage youth to come forward and identify themselves for the preservation and promotion of our indigenous cultures in Trinidad and Tobago. To create a deep consciousness and awareness of our diverse culture among our youth, and to empower our youth to strive for excellence. We had a theme: invest in our youth, our hope for the future, and a slogan: be a hero, build your community.
Joan Yule Williams recognized the youth needed a space to own, but under the careful tutelage of both the elders and young tutors.
A lot of the kids were children of performers. So a lot of them came with inborn talent, as it were. It was not difficult, you know. Little kids drumming, and they were not at all difficult to teach.
As the competition moves towards its centennial anniversary in 2063, the task facing Best Village is sustainability.
I want to see, and the intention is to not only showcase the culture, but in a way that is marketable, in a way that you preserve the indigenous nature of Best Village, but you sell it or showcase it in a way which is modern, which is easy to understand, a way that the rest of the region would want to pay to watch it. You want to even get to the place of developing a virtual market so people abroad can see the products that are being made and invest or purchase these products. So it's about generating activity, not just cultural activity, economic activity.
Best Village is one of the oldest, and if not the oldest of its kind in the region. If Best Village is to be considered the top of its type, of its gene, then it must make space for people who local universities are saying, hey, we want to do our part in developing the creative sector. Best Village has to make space for that type of people.
The future of Best Village, it's something that I wouldn't want to create a template for, but it's something that I think there's a generation gap. The young and the old should come together to work out, because we can't say let's go back to exactly what it was in 1962 or whatever year it was. We can't do that, because we have young people, and all they know, especially because of pandemic too, is digital.
The landscape has shifted. And tutors that are dealing with young people of a now generation are required to shift. You are required to shift, else you're not going to reach them.
So how do we bridge that divide without eroding and eradicating some of the values and some of the authentic things that we really want to see? Because I would hate to see the Tobago jig change to a format that you can't even make out what it is. And it will take a lot, because some of the young people who have emerged as tutors don't know what that old jig, the real jig, should be. So before the elders depart, because we will, there must be a coming together of the young and the old.
We live in a dynamic age, and things are happening, and the Best Village needs to move up with it. But the same way we had folk concerts, and I changed the folk concert to folk presentation, change will take place. So you just need to hold on there. The traditional will also be there, but the new things will come along.
Best Village must continue.
You know, they say Carnival is the greatest show on earth, but to me, Best Village is.
Best Village is one of the places where they get that grounding that takes it and seeds that culture all over the place.
We see, keep that village name, Best Village.
There are still people who don't consider Best Village to be real talent. But they're wrong. They're so wrong, it's funny.
If any government, and I say this with no apology, if any government should take Best Village serious, they would remain in the power till thy kingdom come.
Lentu Springer and Janet Stanley Macano, I think they took out the smut out of Best Village. You go come with a posy and want to be the woman and beating him with the posy and all, and people laughing and all kind of stupidness. They took it out.
So from Ikakas up to Mayaro, we and them fishing there just so they kidnap jail and finding we, yet we still calling them amigo.
Oh, Mama, Salwater, Guinea, man, then you'll see me going down. You're not going.
They were practicing for Best Village competition, and the drums were going and they were doing bamboo dancing and all of that stuff, and I was so amazed. I was like, I want to do this. I'm about 7.
If it wasn't Best Village, we wouldn't have the Marshall Matano and the singing Sandra and all these people. And don't talk about the golden voice Daisy was there. So much years, people trying to be sung like her. Never.
The Best Village story has been a story of community vision, extraordinary talent, and a preserver of Trinidad and Tobago's culture and folk traditions. This is where generations come together to exchange ideas and celebrate our rich heritage. This is where we see all young people flourish. It takes a village to protect our heritage. I encourage you to be a part of the Prime Minister's Best Village Experience. For more information, please visit the ministry's website at mscd.gov.tt or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube for updates on Best Village activities. I am Shamfa Ashaki Kajo, your Minister of Sport and Community Development.